and thank you for joining us. I'm Chuck Jones here with Jay Miller and the whole Zone Sports team as we bring you high school basketball here on the Zone. Tonight's high school basketball game will be the Waterford girls against the Minford girls. This is the first female basketball ball game that we've done, Jay.
Well, yeah, and long time coming for these Minford Falcons. This team is 20-0.
I'm telling you, what a record.
Undefeated, and we're airing this game mainly because they're playing the Waterford Wildcats, who won the state championship last year. This year they're 18-1, their record coming in against Minford's undefeated season thus far. It should be a great game.
You know, I know it's going to be an incredible game. Great matchup. We just got through watching the girls' game, the girls' junior varsity game. What a close contest.
Yeah, and I think that's a sign of things to come here for the varsity as well. I was told that last year's JV team actually went undefeated.
Really?
And that they've won 36, this would be 37 straight games.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
Minford basketball is on the rise.
It is. Well, you know, as I said, this is the first girls basketball contest that we have actually aired, and we are very excited about it. So tell me, what do we think about tonight's game?
Well, like I say, it should be a great matchup between two tremendous teams. Looking at Minford, they are 20-0. This is the longest winning streak in Minford girls basketball history.
Wow.
It breaks the previous mark of 16-0, the 1991-92 season, when Jim Parks was the head coach here in Minford.
Jim Parks.
Parks was recently inducted into the school's Hall of Fame. Last year, this Minford Falcons girls team was 19-6 and was the sectional champions. So this is a good basketball team. It's not just a one and done.
Right.
Current coach right now, Scott Cottle, and going to be the coach for as long as he wants to be, from what I can tell here.
Yeah.
He's really got them going in the right direction.
Well, real quickly, the tip-off tonight is brought to you by AC1 Communications, where they tell you to take a tip from them and switch your cable over to Dish. Minford's got the ball.
Minford in your home whites. Waterford visiting green. All green. Nice back out dribble. And the soft shot off the glass. That's Marissa Reisner, the senior shooting guard for the Falcons. Got a big block there inside. Got a jump ball on the floor there. Ashley Blankenship, the junior center. She's 6'3", Chuck.
Really?
And it's our understanding that she is likely to sign for to play with Shawnee State here in the next week or two.
Well, I tell you what, Shawnee's got an excellent girls program.
Absolutely
has for many years.
They're nationally known for their basketball.
Definitely.
Another player we're going to see tonight, Erin Daniels. She's a senior point guard. She averages 20 points per game, 3.7 steals, and she has already signed a letter of intent to play for Ashland University next year. Ashland University is actually national NCAA Division II champs last season, and
Really?
they are in the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. So she's already signed to play for them.
Man, oh man.
So there's a lot of talent on this Minford side of the ball.
A lot of talent. Well, as I said, AC1 Communications is our sponsor for the tip-off every game, giving you the tip to switch your cable over to DirecTV and start enjoying the high life.
Strong rebound inside, unable to turn around and put it back up. Minford sitting in a 3-2 zone at that point.
Ooh.
And number 14 for Waterford, that's Rachel Adams, fires over top of it. Looks like Waterford's going to give him a mid-court press here, a little something different. Coach Cottle said he runs as many defensive sets as he runs offensive sets. And the putback there, 21, Ashley Blankenship. And talking to Coach Scott Cottle, he said Ashley Blankenship might actually be the key to this game because Waterford doesn't really have anybody that matches up well with her, so this should be a big night for her.
Awesome. Count the basket, go to the line.
Yeah, that's a big and one, and that's against Aaron Daniels. Aaron Daniels is the spark on offense. On a side note, while we have a downtime here, and kind of a sad thing to really bring up, but I have a colleague, Mark Waters, who teaches out at Soda Tech. He's an auto body teacher. He has 3 daughters on this Minford Falcons basketball team.
Really?
The 2 twins, Mackenzie, Marissa, and Michaela are their names. And Mark had a brain aneurysm here recently.
Yeah.
He, I think, got out of the hospital actually this week. So prayers for him, and big night for the Waters girls out there on the floor.
Well, yeah. That is definitely a
we're going to have a 30-second timeout here.
Well, while they're taking a timeout, we will too, and we'll be back right after this.
You've always been able to recognize value. The decisions you make today put you on the road to where you want to be tomorrow. Throughout your life, you've planned and made smart decisions. You deserve State Auto's Prime of Life to protect your home and autos. Find out more about Prime of Life and other State Auto products.
Call Barrett Murphy, your local State Auto Insurance agency.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back with all the action. Welcome back as the mighty Minford Falcons put 2 in the basket.
Yeah, real quick inside swing. Good shot there by Aaron Daniels, about a 15-footer. Puts the Falcons within 2. And they're going to get possession of the basketball here going the other way. Waterford, very physical. Coach Cottle said that they play in-your-face defense. They don't let you breathe. They're going to give you a lot of ball pressure.
Really?
So it's going to make it difficult for Minford to get comfortable and do what they like to do. Case in point right there.
That's it.
Little splash down there from Rachel Adams, number 14 for the Wildcats.
I tell you, big three-point shot.
Now we got a full-court press, 3-quarter press. Falcons getting the ball over the timeline, and a nice backdoor pass.
Falcons are doing a great job of moving the ball around.
Yeah, they're getting past that trap and not finishing at the end.
Yep.
Step into the 3, 24.
Man.
Megan Ball
Waterford
playing
is getting
some ball
deadly
there. And that's going to be a 30-second timeout by Coach Cottle.
Well, while they take a break, we'll take another, and we'll be right back after this.
At Desco, we believe loans to small businesses result in stronger communities. We believe the experience and ability to make local decisions awards you the home field advantage. We believe quick decisions and straightforward answers are what you need to get started. At Desco, we have terms to fit your business. Desco Federal Credit Union. We make business loans.
Welcome back to Zone High School Sports Girls Basketball. As we've got a lot of action happening so far, and we're only halfway through the first period.
Yeah, now Waterford's showing the diamond press. Minford gets through it, and real strong there on the shot. Knocked out of bounds, deflected back to Minford. They'll have a chance here with an OB underneath.
You know, I want to go ahead and say this now. We watched the first game, the JV game.
Right.
Great sportsmanship on both sides.
Yep.
Already seeing it here, which is awesome. It's great to be competitive, but it's great to remember it's a game.
Absolutely. You know, you can play hard,
Yep.
but you got to play within the rules and use sportsmanship. And we got a foul there. 14, Rachel Adams on the foul. She's going to send Blankenship to the line. Yeah, it's been clean so far. It's been hard, but it's been clean.
Yeah.
And that's how you play basketball. This is the front end. Yeah, and that's something that could come back to bite them in the end. You really need to make your free throws tonight. It's a good basketball team they're facing.
Yeah, it is. You know, I have to say, I've never watched girls basketball before.
Both my daughters played high school basketball, Brittany and Heather.
Uh-huh.
So they both play for Coach Parks out here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've seen a lot of girls basketball. And right now, Waterford's looking as good as any team I've seen.
Yeah.
Another splash down three and quickly back into that press. Now they're in a 1-3-1.
They are covering them hard.
Picking it up, but they didn't trap the sides. And there's Aaron Daniels from three, answering.
Starting to get their legs back.
Now, I like how both teams are both mixing up the defenses. Both teams don't know what they're going to face when they come down the floor after a make. Block shot, Blankenship. Blankenship averages 2.8 blocks per game. She has that inside position, gave him a good target to hit and a pretty good pass. Just really good defense there by Waterford.
Yeah.
Help from the backside. A little 1-4 low now by Waterford. Had a nice little curl cut off the backside, but the poor pass turns the ball over to Minford.
You know, Waterford's got a great crowd here tonight to support their team.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour drive from Waterford, so that's a little ways to go. But in looking at the scores that Waterford's had this year, they've beaten everybody 30, 40 points per game.
Yeah.
This was going to be a good one, and I'm sure the whole community wants to see them play somebody good.
I'm sure you're right. Man. There we go. Another three-pointer.
That's Marissa Reisner, the senior shooting guard. She's a three-ball shooter.
Is she?
Chuck. She made 7 threes in one game, and that's a single-game record here at Minford. She is actually 13, now 12 away from the single-season record and just 17 from a career record of threes made here at Minford.
Wow.
Yeah, that's frustrating when your big girl can step outside and shoot from that range.
Yes. Now, Jay, you coached boys basketball.
Yes.
And you said you had daughters that played basketball.
Right.
What are the big differences you think between the two? Because from what I'm seeing, it is a whole lot more. It looks a whole lot more physical when the girls shoot. I mean, they use their whole body in shooting.
You got a layup there by Megan Ball. You know, for me, the biggest difference is between boys and the girls playing basketball is just the speed of the game. You know, boys can jump a little higher, run a little faster. They get a little bit more physical when they play with the girls. That's why it's really even more important that the girls execute.
Yeah.
You know, all the little things mean even more in girls basketball because they're not so quick.
So basically just staying hard with the fundamentals.
Absolutely.
Well, cool.
Yeah, it's even more important. Yeah, because they're less likely to beat a girl off the dribble. You know, it's easier to help side, back defense there and that kind of thing.
I tell you what, Waterford is getting a lot of steals.
Yeah, they look good. They're just it's understanding where the pass is going to go.
Yeah.
And getting to where you need to get to get that steal. A good putback, but a miss. And Blankenship really fighting inside to get those rebounds.
They are. Beautiful shot.
Megan Ball with the last second shot for Waterford. Puts them up by 11 at the end of the first period.
Woo! Well, I tell you what, that's the end of the first period. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back here in Minford, Ohio, where the Minford Falcons will take on the Waterford Wildcats. Score right now is 23-12 as the Wildcats are up. Don't let the score mean anything other than numbers because both teams are playing hard. Right now, Waterford's got a lot of steals and had a lot of things go right, but it's early in the game.
You know, right now Waterford's putting on a clinic. You know, this is how basketball is supposed to look at the girls' level. And Minford's a little shocked. They've not seen somebody this good this year. Waterford actually has a loss this season. They're actually 18-1. They lost to Parkersburg. That's in West Virginia earlier this season. I believe it was the first game of the year. So they've seen a little bit of competition, and thus far, like I say, they're putting on a clinic at this point. Everything looks good for Waterford. But you know what? Oh, we got a double dribble there.
Oh!
But what typically happens is Waterford they'll get sluggish at some point or another. You can't do this for 4 quarters.
No.
You know? So Minford needs to just stay the course, do the things that they do well, and try to execute defensively as well as on the offensive end. They got to put a stop to Waterford's offensive production. Nice inside feed there. Blankenship blocked, though. She found herself too far underneath the basket.
Yeah.
She really needed to take a dribble back. Oh, she got pushed.
Oh.
Really, she traveled, but they didn't call it.
They should have called that.
She got fouled. That caused her to travel. They didn't call that. They didn't call the travel.
Yep.
Waterford gets the rebound on the other side and scores. None of that was justified. And now we call this here.
Yeah. Well, we got a fan over here trying to keep him in line.
We do, yes, we do. Minford is they're an outspoken community. They love their basketball out here.
Well, you know what? It's good.
So we get the bump on the side, and that was legitimate. That was a legitimate call, but so was that on the other end. Probably should have been made. Number 12, Caitlin Puckett with the ball. She's a junior guard forward. She actually leads the team with 3.6 assists, and she's had several 20-point games this year. So she can play too. Erin Daniels with the tough shot inside. Yeah, she got mugged there. Left-hand dribble down the lane. And we talked about this last night at the boys' game. That was a gauntlet that she tried to dribble through. Any kind of contact would be a reach, and reach foul's called. That foul's going to go on Puckett. That would be her first in the contest.
A beautiful foul shot. Straight up, straight down.
Nothing but net. Well, Cottle was right about the defense as far as the intensity that Waterford's giving them. You know, it's they're making it tough on Minford to get in there and do what they need to do, and they've made it even more difficult to get the ball to Blankenship. That was the key to the game for Cottle coming into this. He thought he had a mismatch, but Waterford's doing a good job of giving them backside help. Puckett maneuvering her way in and off the glass.
That's it.
Nice shot.
So the Falcons are down by 6, inching their way back into the competitive range.
Good defense there on the dribble down. And we're going to have an and one opportunity here. Shot's good. That's going to put Waterford up by 12 with a chance to make it 13. 24, Megan Ball at the line. Puckett dribbling the ball down the floor quickly. Going left side. She's going to take it on her own. And the putback.
Good job.
Up and in. 22, Maddie Slusher, sophomore. She's the hustler on this team. They call her Mad Dog.
Oh, do they?
Maddie Mad Dog Slusher. jump ball
now
situation.
was that? Did you see that?
You know, she really didn't have a whole lot of control there as she was going out.
She went out of the bounds.
Yeah. Quick call. And they have called it fairly tight, except for a couple of calls here that we saw in the end that they let go. But you know what? I would say I used to officiate basketball as well. You got 3 different officials, and all 3 of those guys called games differently.
That's
so
true.
As they rotate up and down the floor, you might get a call on one end, but not on the other, because it's a different guy calling the fouls.
Yeah,
one guy might let him play, and the other guy want to call it tight. It's really important that they work together cohesively, that they're calling the same kind of game, but it's really kind of impossible to do that. Case in point, this man here, he called the foul there, and that was all ball.
Yep.
No doubt about it. But he has called a tight game up to this point. If it's close, he's blowing his whistle.
That's it. Well, I want to recognize a few sponsors tonight while we got the chance. Minford TV and Falcon One, Frazee Wealth Management, Hope Source Treatment Center, and Minford Giovanni's, all joining us for this game to support the Minford girls varsity in their undefeated streak so far.
You know, we can't help but talk about food every time we're on the air. I don't know why. But, you know, Minford Giovanni's, the best Big Red in the county.
Is it?
It's the best Big Red in the county.
I was gonna say,
and I love the onion rings too. I get the same thing every time.
See, I always get the ham and cheese here.
My wife always gets the ham and cheese. Sherry's all about that.
And it is
I
great.
love the Big Red. That's 22. Mad Dog Slusher trying to take down the right side there. Running out of territory.
Yep. Also want to thank KDMC and KDMC Ohio for their support for zone sports and area youth throughout our area.
5-second call there. Yeah, they tried to get the cutter, and then they had the swing from the backside, trying to feed this corner over here for the shot. Waterford saw that coming. Yep. They switched on it. They didn't give him the shot. 5-second call. Got to get that ball inbounds in 5 seconds time.
Also like to thank B&B Loan, Barron Murphy Insurance, the Desco Federal Credit Union, Lutz Supply, Portsmouth Cinema 8, the Portsmouth Public Library, Powell Insurance Agency, the Sauter County Career and Technical Center, Shawnee State University, the Southern Ohio Medical Center, Sunspot Tanning, Wheelersburg Cinema, and the UPS Store. Big thanks to all of them helping bring you zone sports throughout the year.
You know, we're going to get a call here. Looks like they're calling on 32, trying to clear out down there underneath. Yeah. Official showing us the chicken wing there.
Yeah.
You know what's hurting Minford right now? We talked about execution as being so important. Right now, they're not boxing out well enough. You know, they're up against a team here where you can't just take up space, jump up, and get the rebound and go the other way. They're going to have to box out. What I mean by that is you get a butt in the defender behind you when that ball's up in the air. You move them and jump up and give yourself that positioning to get the rebound. Right now, they're not getting enough of that, and Waterford's getting a lot of second chance points.
They are. A few more sponsors. Bob and Floyd Tire Sales, Direct Connect Media, Sierra's Haven, the Stephen Hunter Hope Fund, Sherman Cricker Insurance, Stoltz Pharmacy, Wagner Rental, Gaddy's Pizza, Pro Pest Control, Rallies, Smith's Drugs, and WIOI.
This is a nice out-of-bounds set there, feeding Blankenship on the backside. Well drawn up and well executed.
3:39 left till the half. Score on the board is 29-20 as the Falcons are inching their way back.
Yeah, they've actually made themselves into at least a one-digit deficit at this point with the ball. Like I said earlier, Waterford would have to cool off at some time or another, and Minford just has to stay with it.
You're right.
And great line there to the basket. The Waterford girls actually kind of shielded one another and allowed her to have that left lane there for the layup. Picking up the foul. Aaron Daniels, a senior here for the Falcons. Averages 20 points a game.
How many?
20.
That's very respectable.
Yep. Well, she has 7 here, and if she can put this home, that'll put her almost half of her season average. And she does.
So we're now at an 8-point ball game.
Minford really picking up the defensive pressure. Nice screen, down screen there by Waterford to open up that shot. Missed. And 32 for Waterford, steps out of bounds trying to get possession of that. And I'm looking for number 32, Haley Duff. There's 2 Duffs on this team, Hannah and Haley. It's a hard screen there by number 10, Aaron Daniels. Puckett inside, soft shot off the back iron. Waterford quick down the floor.
3-point, no good. Scramble for the ball, going deep.
Yeah.
Puts it up, and it is good.
You know what, though? That point's not going to count.
It's not?
Slusher had the ball ahead the whole way, and Puckett was shielding a defender as she was coming down the floor so she couldn't catch up with her to block the shot. It was a good call. A lot of people in the gym right now scratching their head about it, but that was a good call. Yeah, she was bumping her the whole way down. Puckett's going to have to take a seat, and that's a big loss for the Falcons. She has 3 fouls.
Yeah.
So she will not play the rest of this half. They don't want her to pick up the 4th. That's tough. Zoe Dahl, the senior, comes in, plays a Puckett. Waterford did what you should do. You go right at the fresh jersey, and it worked. Daniels really forcing the issue here, trying to put the team on her back, just driving the lane, make her break, but I'm going to get fouled. Get on the line and give us a chance to score points.
Well, I tell you what, she's playing hard.
She has played well. And if she can sink both of these, then she is halfway to her season average of 20 points per game. Her dad, Brent, was the football coach out here for a number of years.
Yes.
The Daniels name is just, it's a big name out here. Teachers, coaches throughout the years here at Minford. Diane was the softball coach.
Yeah. Second one down, back to the 8 points.
So Minford just chipping away and now picking them up. Big trap, and they're trapping hard. Unfortunately, got a little aggressive there on that trap. She just didn't have the positioning, and it forced her to reach and get the foul. Foul's going to be on 14.
Mackenzie Waters.
Mackenzie Waters, yes. Mackenzie, the sophomore, her twin sister, Michaela, is on the team. And then older sister, Marissa, is a senior. Nice dish inside.
Man,
in the
that
bait.
was a nice play.
Nice dish. It's great to have that kind of vision.
Yeah.
If somebody comes off somebody's man, they're open now.
Yeah.
So, and Cottle talked about this team's unselfish.
That was
they're
beautifully
a good basketball
executed.
team. She could have went in there and tried to get the 2. Her points, they're not playing for their points. They're playing for their team.
Right.
So she makes the perfect pass there. Great job. Blankenship missing on the free throw there. That would have been a nice exclamation point to the play. Waterford, again, quickly down the floor, forcing the foul. Minford not getting back on defense quickly enough. You got to get to the spot. Make sure you don't get them an angle to the basket. And thus far, we have called this young lady's more often than not, her name more often than not, Megan Ball seems to be the most valuable player from Waterford.
Yes, definitely.
She has 15 points now. Make that 16 with the free throw. Again, Waterford picking up full court. Minford having to meticulously make their way down the floor. Jumper, 15 feet from the foul line, no good. The rebound by Slusher. And then the shot missed there by Marissa Reisner. Waterford back with the ball.
One minute left to the half.
Both teams are in the bonus situation. 7 apiece. And Waterford coach Jerry Close is his name.
Wanted to slow it down.
He's telling her to hold up here and let's just dribble this half out. So, there for a little bit, it looked like Waterford might run away with this. Quick steal, and now Minford's got a chance to get it down the floor. Knocked out of bounds by Waterford. Spoiling any chance of a fast break there by
I like
the
how
Falcons.
she did that.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to play the game. Quick pass down to Slusher, and the feed inside to Blankenship.
There we go.
That's an important point there. Cuts it to 6, and we're stopping the clock.
What are we doing here?
I'm not exactly sure. Okay, I know what happened. Waterford, they interfered with the basketball as it came out of the net. So they were given a warning there. You're not to touch the ball as it comes through the net on a make. What that does is it slows down play. So you get a warning. Second time, technical foul. Big shot from the corner, and 3, 2, 1. She gets it off, and Daniels is just off on the final. Hey, they closed the door a little bit.
They did.
All right, they got a chance of coming back to the second half.
I mean, we're looking at a 6-point difference now.
Right.
They are steadily chipping away at the deficit that they started with. So new score coming into the half is 33-27, Waterford up. We'll take a break, and we'll be back after this.
Welcome to Portsmouth Cinemas!
Sights, sounds, and smells, we give you all the feels you need for a fun time on the town. Want to enjoy a 3D movie or even throw a party? The Portsmouth Cinema is here for you. Looking for unbeatable deals on concessions? We got you. Need an affordable night out to relax with a movie? Super Tuesday to the rescue. We are always updating to give you the best experience possible. Visit us online at republictheaters.com or Facebook for showtimes. Portsmouth Cinema. When you've got the time, we've got the popcorn, the candy, the drinks, and the best movies around.
Located in the heart of downtown Portsmouth is the area's oldest pawnbroker, B&B Loan. No matter what you're looking for, it's probably come through the doors of B&B at some point in time. With a large selection of jewelry, TVs, tools, DVDs, musical instruments, and did I mention jewelry? B&B has the largest collection of pre-owned jewelry featuring many popular and one-of-a-kind pieces. No matter what you're looking for, shop local first by coming into B&B Loan, located near the Esplanade at 837 Gallia Street in Portsmouth.
Everyone has a personality. Shouldn't your kitchen have one too? Craft-made cabinetry has hundreds of distinctive ways to help create a kitchen so personal. It could only belong to you. Craft-made. It becomes you. Visit craftmade.com or call 1-866-CRAFTMADE for your free idea book.
Sierra's Haven is a no-kill animal shelter located in Scioto County. They are a group of volunteers working together to help find safe, loving homes for adoptable pets. In its brief existence, they have made a difference in the lives of thousands of animals. Whether they were stray animals or needing medical attention, Sierra's treated, spayed, neutered, and found them wonderful homes. Your contributions to this organization can help get abandoned and abused animals off the streets and into a loving home. So when you're ready to give, think about giving locally. Charity begins at home.
And we're back here at the Minford Falcon Gymnasium, where the Minford Falcon girls take on the Waterford
Wildcats.
33-27 is the score starting the second half. It has been an awesome game. Both teams have really poured a lot into it, and the next two periods will tell the tale.
Absolutely, a lot of aggressive basketball. Minford making a nice comeback there in the second quarter. Leading the way from Minford, Erin Daniels with 10 points. Marissa Reisner had 5. Ashley Blankenship 8. And Maddie Slusher got on the board with a basket. Waterford now with the ball. Waterford was led by Megan Ball. That's the girl that Minford really needs to shut down the second half. Get a hand in her face every shot she takes.
Man,
Rachel Adams
she was
also
all
had
over
8.
it.
She did. She had a great half. You know, and when you consider that they put up 33 points, they only have 3 guys that scored. You know, so that's a whole lot of points, or 3 girls. So Rachel Adams had 8, and Allie Kern had 5. Again, Waterford applying pressure, midcourt.
Open man, 3 points. And they're on their way.
That cuts it down with the big 3-point, the tray. Erin Daniels from downtown. And then inside position, the good rebound. And calling, wow. Okay.
What do we call now?
We talked about this particular official calls it tight. She got the rebound. She had those elbows out like you're supposed to. You're supposed to wheel out on that pivot foot, get the ball over your head, and get an outlet pass. She got called for having those chicken wings out there. She apparently made some contact, but I didn't find that very egregious there.
Man.
Yep. So Waterford trying to feed the inside, pivot inside there, and we get the tie up. You know, it could very easily have been a call to foul, and one of those officials might have called that a foul.
Oh, I think you're
right. In
this
case, we get a jump ball. So it's sort of a make-up call. Daniels down the floor. She scores.
And it is a 1-point ball game.
Minford's right back in this. A good start for the Falcons, 5-0 to start this third quarter. Got a made shot, but it looks to me like we're going to have a foul, I believe, on 22 for Maddie Slusher. Defensively, she was holding their star, number 24. Scott Cottle's strategy here is we're going to put Maddie Mad Dog Slusher on their best player, and she's not going to get the ball. And if she does get the ball, she's going to be D'd up tight.
Yep.
So it's not like a box of one mentality. Everybody else is playing man-to-man, but everybody else is playing help side defense, not Maddie Slusher. She never comes off of her. She's a dying ball everywhere she goes. So the basket's good. Waterford gets the ball back on the foul. So ball, losing the ball.
Loss of control there.
Yeah. She really might have slid that back foot there. Could have been called for traveling. But the turnover occurs either way. Then for possession. So, yeah, that was a tough call right there with the made 3. Minford down 1, now down 4. But with possession.
Waterford is very handsy, and it's benefited them throughout the game.
Good athletes can get by with that. Got quicker hands, and they don't get caught for the foul as often.
Yeah.
Got the double screen, And Ashley Blankenship is going to get called with the clear out. Making some room for herself there for the pass inside. That was a legitimate call.
Well, the Minford fans are not happy about it, legitimate or not.
Yeah. Understandable. It'll be 14. Trying to find her name. Rachel Adams on that jumper. Well, 1-4 high action on offense. You really got to get that pass out to the target hand, away from the defender. This Waterford team's too good on defense to make bad passes.
They are.
We're lucky to really keep possession of that ball. And that's a good call there with the block. That girl about put a saddle on her. She was riding her.
I'm telling you.
Giddy up. So it's going to be a side spot. That's a good call there. That's where the infraction took place. Above the foul line, you take it out of bounds on the side. Daniels with the ball, spin move. She really wanted to shoot this time. Really took it to the hole. And we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow, Waterford.
Five minutes left in the third period.
That was a nice pass there for Waterford, number 3, Hannah Duff.
Well, the Falcons got in tight.
Feeding inside.
All the way into a 1 point.
Yeah.
But it's creeping back out again.
We're back to that 8-point lead. And now I feel like they're trying to find themselves. A little bit of a bump there. She fell down, and now the official is calling over and back because her foot actually extended over the half-court line and touched the back court. Now we're going to have the officials speak a little bit about this, and we're going to have a timeout.
So
Minford, a full timeout.
Well, they take a break. We will too, and we'll be back right after this.
Let's see if we can get you some help.
Who do you think you're going to get to help me this time of night?
Thank you for calling King's Daughters. This is Natalie. How can I help you?
My husband has a pretty bad cough, and it seems like it's getting worse.
Let's see about getting him in to see a provider.
Care 24/7. Free advice, help, and scheduling 24 hours a day.
Honey, I think they can get you in as soon as the morning.
That fast?
That fast.
Care 24/7. Here when you need us.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
Welcome back. I'm Chuck Jones, here with Jay Miller, Andy Millay, Anissa Blankenship, and Tyson Trinidad as we bring you the best in high school basketball.
So as we left action there, Aaron Daniels got bumped pretty hard. They're close to the midcourt stripe.
I'm a little confused about, well, it looks like they've changed the call.
Okay, so they have changed the call. They're going to award Minford the ball. Her foot went over the line. They called over and back. And now they have pulled back on that after the 30-second timeout. But we have a steal now by Ball. Tipped out from behind. Remains Waterford's possession.
Oh, man. Just took the ball from her as she went by.
Just stripped her. Slusher with
and the Falcons turn it into points.
I like Mad Dog. She plays hard.
She does.
She deserves the moniker. We have a little pep squad up here to our right.
I was going to say, apparently everybody wants defense.
Yeah. And that should have been a walking.
Should have. Long shot, no good.
Well, you know what? They let him play on that possession. Quite a few instances where you had some contact with the basketball.
Yeah.
But, yeah, really, pretty good no calls there.
Yep.
Tell you what, Minford's doing a great job of holding ball down in this third quarter. She has the ball now, lost possession of it. And now we're going to have a timeout, Waterford.
They'll take
a
timeout.
full timeout.
They'll take a break. We will too, and we'll be back right after this.
The library isn't just a source for books anymore. We are activities. We are local history and genealogy. We are entertainment. We are DVDs and books on CD. We are online. We are education. We are mobile. We are everywhere. We are still books and reading. We are here for our community. We are here for you.
We are the Portsmouth Public Library.
I love the library.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back here at the Minford Gymnasium, where the Falcons trail the Wildcats by 6 points to score 40-34. Hard-fought game, great game to watch.
Right.
Hate to be out there playing it.
Yeah, I'd be pretty tuckered out by now.
Man.
You have 40 points on the board, 34 from Minford, and we're not even into the fourth quarter yet. They're putting up some points.
Yeah.
Now, Minford really needs to continue to set down on Waterford here defensively, keep it out of Ball's hands. Ball had 15 at halftime and still has 15.
Minford gets the rebound.
I should say 16 for Megan Ball. Quick shot.
Oh!
Megan Daniels. Aaron Daniels.
That's a three-point shot.
The dribble between the legs and then pop it.
That's it.
And now it's a three-point game. Nice entry pass there for Waterford. Missed off the back iron. Daniels again, this time off the mark. And it's going to bounce on the end line. Waterford basketball. Wow, what a turn of events that would have been if she had sunk that one as well.
Yeah. 1:53 left in the third period. We've got one heck of a ball game.
Well, you know, we've called a lot of boys basketball games this year, and this has actually been a better game than any of those, hasn't it?
It has.
So we got our pep squad up here calling for the flop.
They are something
And basically
else.
what a flop means is you're falling down even though there was no contact made. And if the official doesn't have the right angle and they can't see that there wasn't contact made, they make the assumption there was and they call the foul.
Yep.
There's been a lot of bad flops in basketball.
Yeah.
That one was probably a little bit of a mystery as well. Again, Waterford giving that diamond three-quarter press. And to the hole, Puckett.
Man!
No help there, and the easy lay-in.
Practically unguarded.
2-point game, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a tight ball game.
It's getting cold in here. As they say in Minford, there must be some Falcons in the atmosphere. Falcons flying high this quarter. And we got a tie up there. That is a jump ball. Aaron Daniels heads
Good
up.
call.
Reaching in there and getting all ball. And you know what? That's something you see more in girls basketball as well than you do in boys. A whole lot of jump ball possessions, dual possessions, because they can reach in quickly and get it. Ooh, tough pass, cross court. Waterford able to deflect that out of bounds. Good job there by number 30 for Waterford.
Yeah.
Allie Kern.
And ball comes out.
Ball comes out for the final 49.6.
Going to give her a break because this next period is going to mean all the biscuits.
Well, and right now she has 2 fouls on her. They don't want her to pick up 1 here to make it 3. Give her 3 fouls to spend in the final quarter. Step back.
Big shot.
Good.
Big shot, and now Minford has taken a 1-point lead.
It's raining, it's pouring. Puckett empties the bucket.
And they've stolen the ball.
Steal. Big steal there.
Man.
A jump ball.
What an aggressive game.
Yeah. Marissa Reisner able to get the ball, make her way down the floor, loses possession, but then we get the tie up.
Yep.
Waterford's going to get the ball back, but 42-41. Minford now with the lead.
This is the first time they've led.
The third.
You know.
If they can stop Waterford here. Minford really needs a stop.
Clock's going down.
And that's going to end the third period.
Man, what a third period. Minford ends the third period with a 1-point lead. First lead they've had all game. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Howell Insurance Agency, serving you for over 75 years.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
Well, the beginning of the fourth period. This next period's for all the biscuits.
Yep.
42-41, first lead for the Falcons for the game, and they are not turning loose.
You know, it just doesn't get much more exciting than this. 1-point game against last year's, remember folks, state champion Waterford Wildcats.
Yeah.
Puckett really playing well, closing that period, as well as Aaron Daniels. And there again, I think the biggest play is that on Slusher. And we got a foul from behind with the entry pass to Ashley Blankenship.
That was a quick call.
Yeah. But there again, a lot of kudos to Mad Dog Slusher there for clamping down on Megan Ball for Waterford.
Yeah.
If they can continue to hold her down, they got a good shot at closing this out. Wow. Oh, you know, they only had one paw on the ball there when she kept her pivot foot.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Didn't Waterford get the ball last time?
I thought so.
Well, possession error
must
goes
have been because it was
now.
last quarter.
Nice cut down the lane. The spin, the shot, no good, but number 30 for Waterford, Allie Kern, gets fouled in the effort.
So 30 goes
fouled
to the
by
line.
Erin Daniels. Daniels has 2 fouls on her in the contest at this point.
We got a tie ball game, 42-42. And now Waterford retakes the lead by 1 point.
Yeah, and that may be the way this game goes.
Well, you know, I mean, the JV game was neck and neck.
It was, all the way down to the final shots. Minford pulled away there at the end to remain undefeated.
Yep.
Skip pass, Puckett. Hard drive inside, short on the shot. You got to be wary of fouling after a missed shot like that. Reisner did a good job of cutting off the lane there. Blankenship, strong rebound. So Puckett's going to start this set. V-cut over to Erin Daniels. You know, left-hand drive there and kind of a forced shot. But she got out of it what she wanted. Another foul on Waterford to put up on the board. That's going to be 4 team fouls, I believe, if they change the board.
There's one. So we're back up to a tie. We'll see how the second shot falls.
Erin doesn't like her shorts.
You know, I agree. I think we've noticed that she does not like those shorts at all.
They're not hanging right on her, and she's been fidgeting with them, especially at foul shots. You try to get that knee bend in there, and if they don't hang right, then it just don't feel right.
That'd be aggravating.
Yep. Oh, that's a big-time foul there on Slusher. Just reaching with the wrong hand.
She's grinning from ear to ear.
Oh, yeah, she knows. You got to reach with that lead hand, try to get the deflection. If you reach with the backhand, that means you're going to make contact and you're going to draw that foul, like she just did. Back to the shorts. I'm just glad that guys aren't wearing shorts like I used to have to.
Oh, the shorts?
Yeah.
Yes.
You talk about high and tight.
They were considerably shorter back in the day.
Yes, they were. Looks like Puckett may get rung up there for the foul. She does. It's not a good situation for Minford. She has 4. Do they sit her for a minute or 2? Coach Shane Davis just let Coach Cottle know. And, yeah, she's going to have a substitution come in for, that's number 25, Hannah Toll. Sophomore, guard forward, coming in for Puckett. They'll reserve Puckett for the final, I'm going to say, 4 to 4.5 minutes of the game.
Yep.
Ball at the line. And she breaks the deadlock.
She's pretty solid with her foul shots.
Waterford 45-44 now, coming up on 6 minutes remaining. Got to clear out for Erin Daniels, or not Erin Daniels, no, that's 11, Marissa Reisner, to go left side. And then Slusher gets trapped on the side, and the ball goes off her foot out of bounds. Tough chain of events there for Minford.
Mm-hmm.
Ball with the ball, a nice entry pass. It's a good look. You had the backside screen there on the low block. And 42, Morgan Lang scores. Blankenship, a quick answer on this side.
I tell you, she pushed on through and got the basket.
Yeah, she's the girl that Coach Cottle thought would be the go-to girl in this game. It's really been Daniels.
Yep.
Daniels with 20 points now. A nice screen out to the corner. Just missed shot there by Rachel Adams. Skip pass to the line. Reisner.
Oh! Beautiful three-pointer.
And Minford goes ahead by 2, 49-47. Approaching 4.5 minutes remaining. Nice feed to the block.
Nice play.
Yep. Dribble drive and feed to the block. That's a good pass there. 42 coming up on the points. Looking for it, Morgan Lang.
Well, while they're taking a break, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
We recently got an EEG machine, and that's what we're using for one of my research projects. Shawnee State and my professors, faculty here have really helped me to be competitive, not just to meet the minimum requirements. Kind of cool to tell people that, hey, I know how to run an EEG.
I visit every client that I have one time a month. I'm not meant to be behind a desk. At Shawnee, they instilled in me a need to have empathy towards other people. When you get into that career, it's because you want to help people. So that's what I'm doing.
And we're back. I'm Chuck Jones here with Jay Miller. We're here with the Waterford Wildcats and the Minford Falcons. One heck of a game, tied up 49 all with 4:30 left to go in the ball game. Falcons are bringing it down.
Waterford playing man-to-man. Got a little battle up there by the elbow. Daniels taking it to the hole, misses, gets her own rebound and puts it back. Two-point lead, Falcons.
They can just hold them on 2 possessions and score.
Good clear out for the 3 ball to 14, Rachel Adams. And she answers the call.
That's it. Back and forth game.
This is going to be a bit of a chess match down the stretch here.
Mm-hmm.
Daniels again driving left. She likes to do that. Reisner operating inside. Megan Ball playing defense on Blankenship. Got a screen there. It looks like 32 got caught with the foul, trying to get around that screen just a little too aggressively. Minford retains possession. Hannah Toll taking the ball out of bounds. Looks for the back cut. Too deep to actually score with it. That's a tough call there. I don't know that I would have called it, but from our angle, it looked like he got all ball. From his angle, on the other side of the floor, probably a little different. Either way, Daniels goes to the free throw line with the chance to put Minford back into the lead again.
Well, Daniels is doing an incredible job.
Well, she's team leader. She's a senior. She's one of those go-to girls.
There it is.
And with 3:16, Puckett re-enters the game. Puckett strong. They need her presence on the floor here at the close of this contest. Caitlin Puckett, a junior guard. That's tough. Rachel Adams just made a 3 from the opposite side, and that time she had such a look, she had time to think about it.
Yeah.
Almost a double dribble there. That's off the leg of Waterford. Minford will retain possession. That's a good call.
I went off that.
Yep, I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine. Yep, I'm fine.
Minford scores. Tying it up again.
That was a charge.
That was.
We're on a really short bench here, so I lost possession.
54 all.
That's good. That's good.
As it is one heck of a ball game. Very exciting here at the Minford Gymnasium.
It looks like we're going to get a full-time timeout by Minford.
So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
I do it for the ladies.
I did it before I got married. I do it year-round.
It's the only thing I take my hat off for.
I do it all month long for one low price.
We do it together.
Wheelersburg, Portsmouth, Huntington, Jackson. I do it wherever I go.
They all do it here.
You won't have to wait for the sun to look fine. Come to the sun spot where the sun always shines.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back. As we've got 2:31 left in the ball game, tied up 54 all. It's anybody's game.
It sure is. 2.5 remaining. So what you do now is you basically allow your best players to emerge. And those two best players are pretty obvious. Minford has Aaron Daniels, had a superb game. And on the other side, you got Megan Ball for Waterford.
Yep.
So it's going to be up to those two kids to finish this thing up and win. 20 for Waterford at the line right now. Brianna Hart.
Well, these foul shots sure are making a difference.
Yeah, they can't. Neither team can afford to miss a foul shot here in the remainder of the game.
Minford driving down the court.
Okay, unfortunate pass.
I gotta say, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Waterford gets the steal, but both kids are out of bounds.
That's it. Oh.
That's going to be off Waterford as well. Nice play there. Minford tries to go around the screen of Aaron Daniels, who has the ball, and then she keeps it when they switch on the screen.
Yeah.
Minford don't have to be in a hurry here. Take the best shot available. Ryester misses, but the backside rebound up and no good by Daniels. And again, this time she's fouled.
I think this is the most exciting game I've covered so far this year.
I believe so. Against two of the best teams in this region.
Yeah.
These two teams could face each other again a few weeks from now. Yeah, and Waterford is apparently just a really good program, because I believe it was Waterford that Clay played last year deep in the region.
Really?
In boys basketball.
Long pass.
Yeah, they had a nice trap there, and Slusher just reaching out there trying to keep her from actually splitting that trap. And once you try to bulldog your way through, step through the trap, the reach is going to draw the foul every time. So Slusher's going to get rung up there. Waterford making their free throws down the stretch here. That's number 4, Emily Kern, at the line. That ball about laid on the back iron there. quickly down the floor. Daniels hard off the backboard.
Oh, wow.
And you had a back-to-back rebound there. Dual possession is going to be possession arrow. And that's going to go to Minford. So the next one could be very important. Waterford's possession next time there's a dual possession. Tough pass into Daniels. You know, she's nails on this left side of the floor.
Yep. .139 left to go in the ball game.
You think she's feeling it?
Oh, man,
she just made that foul shot, looked to the side like, oh, man. You know?
Oh.
Good form and backspin on that one. It just rimmed out. So Waterford holds a 1-point lead with possession of the ball.
I think this is the tightest game Waterford's played all year.
Except for the game they lost. And you know what? 14, Rachel Adams there has been tough on that backside this whole second half. Adams now has 20 points in the contest. And Minford's got to make some shots now. We're right at 1 minute in the game. Puckett to the rim. Off the backside. Scurrying, trying to get a rebound.
Man.
Minford wanting to travel as the girl tried to get possession of the ball. I don't know that she ever did. And
Waterford trying to run the clock.
Called.
Yep.
And now Daniels with the foul. Got a timeout, Waterford now. It's going to be a 30-second break, Chad.
Well, while they're doing that, we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be right back.
I do it for the ladies.
I did it before I got married. I do it year-round.
It's the only thing I take my hat off for.
I do it all month long for one low price.
We do it together.
Wheelersburg, Portsmouth, Huntington, Jackson. I do it wherever I go.
They all do it here.
You won't have to wait for the sun to look fine. Come to the Sunspot where the sun always shines.
You're watching Zone Sports.
Oh, yeah.
Game on.
And we're back. 43.1 seconds and a 3-point lead. Waterford may have this game as they are at the line.
Like I said before, Minford really has got to hope that Waterford fails at the line, but thus far they haven't been. If she makes this one, and this is Emily Kern at the line, if she makes this one, Minford's going to be down by 5. 43.1 remaining in the contest, and she does. Minford going to be playing urgently now. A screen. Daniels. In and out on the 3, but Blankenship with the putback. Down 3, and Minford's going to press. Ball too good for that press. Gets the ball down, but Blankenship blocks. And now back to Daniels. Strong. Slusher with the rebound. And she's going to get fouled.
There's still 3 points separating it.
It's not an action-packed game or anything, is it?
No, not at all. 14 seconds on the clock. Falcon at the foul line as Mackenzie Waters.
Maddie Slusher
slams
makes
the
front
first
end.
one. That's one down. They've still got 2 more points separating them from overtime.
Either way, Minford needs to stop right here. 14 seconds remaining. Waterford with the ball. Minford full court presses. They got to get back on the backside, and they're going to foul. They're going to put them on the line with just a tick under 9 seconds remaining in this game.
Man.
If she makes both, it's a one-possession game. Minford with the ball. 8 seconds roughly remaining to get down, and they're going to have to shoot a 3 to tie this thing up if she makes them both.
That's it.
I don't know that I like the foul.
Oh!
Unfortunate, she bounces the first one, and now we're going to get a timeout. Minford's going to let her think about it a little bit more.
They are. We'll take what is possibly the last timeout of the game, and we'll be right back.
2 for the 7:30, please.
Enjoy the movie. It's a lot cleaner. Yeah, they actually cycle movies faster here.
The best cinema like a box of chocolates.
Have you seen a really big snake?
I hate snakes.
None shall pass. Wheelersburg Cinema, still bringing movies to life.
And we're back. 1-point ball game. I mean, it's been an incredible game. At one point, the Falcons were down by, 14 points?
Right, early on.
They have fought back, and this whole second half has been about catching up and leading.
And getting them within 1 point, fouling Waterford, putting them on the line. She misses the front end of this. If she makes this, it's a 2-point game. Does Minford take the ball out of bounds and come down the floor with 8 seconds remaining and try to tie, or do they shoot a 3 for the win? Let's see what Coach Scott Cottle has in mind.
Anything can happen.
And it's a miss on the free throw. Fighting for the rebound, Minford's got the ball, and then a quick turnover. Slusher passed it directly to number 30 for Waterford, Allie Kern.
1.6 seconds. I don't know what you do at this point to try to get back.
Well, there's not a whole lot you can do. Kern at the line. And that's going to be Mad Dog's 5th foul, so she's going to take a seat. Minford now has 30 seconds to choose someone else to put in the game. That's going to be Zoe Dahl, number 41, the senior guard. And Maddie Slusher will have a seat there on the bench. You know, just an unfortunate turn of events there. But we got to continue into the present. We can't delve on the past. Let's see if this young lady can make both free throws and make this a 3-point contest. She misses the front end, so we have the same situation as we had before, but we got less than 2 seconds as opposed to 8 before.
Man.
Scott Cottle will get a quick timeout here to try to put together a play.
There it is.
I would think. He has no timeouts left. Quick pass in, and it's a throw. Not close. Waterford will take the win, 62-60 here in Minford.
What a game. I don't care who you are. I don't care what sport you like. That was one heck of a game.
That was a basketball game right there.
It was.
Nobody's going to walk away from this thing feeling deprived of some basketball action.
No, definitely not. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll come back with the wrap-up and tie this thing up.
Manufacturing is not what it used to be. It's more than putting parts together. It's coming up with ideas, testing principles, and perfecting engineering. Scioto County Career Technical Center, through secondary and post-secondary education, is offering student training in the use of CNC, PLC, and CAD. Such cutting-edge training advances the skill level of the local workforce, building for the future of advanced manufacturing. For more information, visit us online at sciototech.org.
Sciototech.
The Stephen A. Hunter Hope Fund was founded in memory of local student Stephen A. Hunter. One of the most successful programs is the Stevens Power Pack program, which provides food for local children in need. The most recent hunger statistics from Feeding America reveal that almost 1 in 3 children in Scioto, Pike, and Adams counties are food insecure. That's almost 50% higher than the national average. So when you're ready to give, think about giving locally. Charity begins at home.
When you're pain-free, you can live free. At SOMC, our physical medicine and rehabilitation associates can help you live free from chronic pain and free from worry, too. That's because we can provide a wide variety of pain management treatments, including epidurals, nerve blocks, and spinal stimulation, so you don't have to worry about living on pain medication. Innovative pain solutions from SOMC. Very good things are happening here.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back here at the Falcon Gymnasium, where they just took a hard loss, but man, what a great game. They have nothing to be upset about.
Oh, no, you know, they were down by a pretty good deficit there in the first period. So they were able to just methodically make their way back into this game, tied up to start the fourth quarter. You know, both teams played hard.
They did.
You know, there was a whole lot of give and take in this thing. The officiating was kind of back and forth. You really can't blame them for anything either. It was one out there on the basketball court. Both coaches did a good job as far as their timely timeouts and the strategy. It was a fun game to watch.
It was.
You know, it was just unfortunate there at the end of the game that, you know, Minford had an opportunity and an unfortunate pass gave the ball back to Waterford, and they were able to salt the game away. So
that's it.
Minford no longer undefeated. They're going to fall to 20-1,
yep.
And I believe this will give 19 wins on the season for the visiting Waterford Wildcats.
Great game. Let's talk about Toro Loco, player of the game.
Yeah, our player of the game, you know, and we don't want to give it to a visiting team. You know, Waterford Wildcats coming in here from up around Marietta. It's about a 2-hour drive, but Rachel Adams for them had 20 points. And Megan Ball, she had 15 at halftime. Minford did a great job of holding her down to 19 points total for the contest.
They did.
That was a key. That's what let Minford stay in the game. For Minford, Ashley Blankenship did a pretty good job inside. She finished with 12, but our Toro Loco most valuable player of the game is senior point guard Erin Daniels.
What an incredible job.
25 points on the game. She was their quarterback, so to speak. She really led the team, especially into the second half, tried to put the team on her back, and really got them back into this contest.
She did, and she did all that while fighting her shorts.
That's right. That's right. So, you know, a great game. What do you expect between two really of the best basketball teams in the state of Ohio?
Yeah.
These teams might face each other again if they're in the same division. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but you know what? It'd be a great match on the second.
I'd go watch it, wouldn't you?
I would.
Yeah.
I would. Well, you know, that wraps up this ball game. Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget, we've got South Webster at Portsmouth for our last regular season boys game of the year.
You know what? And I was worried that wasn't going to be a really good matchup. But my understanding is Shiloh Blevins is actually over his injury and is back to playing again. Shiloh Blevins, the best player for South Webster. I think most people would agree with that.
Yeah.
And we get to see the Lumberjack again.
That's it.
Right? So we'll
That's
see
it.
the Jeeps and the Trojans tip it up on Tuesday night.
Well, I'm Chuck Jones.
This is Jay Miller.
And we're out of here.
You guys have a good evening.